Hey folks, welcome back or welcome to the Five Shows Coast Most Awesome Facebook channel on YouTube and the internet. Earlier today, as I was driving by, this location was being shut down by the feds. The stupid pigs came and shut down this native dispensary. Yeah, because the government's not wasting enough of your money. So, yeah, that sucks. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscription, bell notification. That way you'll know when I post something new. It's like filling your prescription. Leave a comment below, help our channel grow. Share with a friend and hit the thumbs up on the way in rather than way out. If you're a critical thinking individual, you know how to laugh at yourself and others and or be laughed at without getting butt hurt, welcome to the family. No snowflakes, no Karens, please. Our 1,000th subscriber will win 4 free Funky Tees t-shirts, 200 Canadian cash, full set of King George VI nickels, a whole bunch of other groovy doobie stuff. Voucher for one of the places I do my food reviews at. So yeah, I'd like to welcome the new subscribers aboard. We've got a few new family members the last few days. So thanks for hitting the prescription and joining the family. Look forward to hearing your comments and or seeing your jokes. Okay. So yes, I just wanted to point that out. Government's not greedy enough. They got to go around and shut down these native dispensaries that are providing a service to the public. That's alternate option to the government dispensaries. And it's just, in my opinion, it's a very sad thing. It shows that the government's a sore loser and they can't leave a level playing field. Now, I'm not sure why the government was there shutting that one down. Maybe there was something going on that the government didn't approve of aside from the cannabis sales. So there's that, you know. I'm not going to claim that the government just went in there for no reason and shut it down. So I have no idea. Maybe there was something else happening there. The government had a right to go in and shut it down. At least in the government's eyes, they did, or thought they did. For me, unless it was something extreme like illicit drugs, I don't feel the government had a right to go in there and do anything. And that includes if there was some native cigarettes. No. You know, the government's been making plenty of money off the smokers for plenty of years. And, you know, they want to bring the reserve to the city for people to be able to get a couple of cheaper smokes than the ones the government sells them. In my opinion, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And just because the government wants those sales, or, you know, yeah, that to me, that's a bullshit excuse to go and raid the place and shut them down. That doesn't, to me, that's not jiggy for me and my friends. You know, maybe you like the government and you would be on the government side for going in there and doing that because somebody went in and bought a pack of native cigarettes. I don't know. But if that's the type of person you are, I think the government had a right to go and do that because maybe there was some native cigarettes being sold there. And you are currently a sub, you can just unsub because you're not as critical a thinker or thick-skinned as I thought you were. And you don't belong to be a part of this family because, you know, as I said, were they slinging cocaine or fentanyl or crack or something? You know, and again, I do not know what was going on there. I do not know why the government went and did what they did this morning. So that could be a possibility. But aside from that, I don't care what happened there. Like, if it was some magic mushrooms or some native smokes, you know. Oh, so a narc went in there, bought some magic mushrooms. This is all speculation. Don't quote me on any of this. For educational purposes only. Some, you know, 100,000 plus a year narc on the Ottawa police force went in there and bought some, maybe a handful of magic mushrooms, or maybe some native smokes, and chief, I got what we needed. Let's call the judge and get the warrant signed. Woohoo! We get to suit up and go shut down this native dispensary in the city because they're not just selling cannabis and cannabis products. Woo! let's mount up, boys. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Pretty freaking lame. Now, that being said, a narc went in there and bought something else more harmful, more deadly, more. Whoa, I'm not saying smoking isn't harmful. You know, government pack of smokes or native pack of smokes, smoking is not good for you. I am not recommending that. But I'm saying something beyond psilocybin, something beyond cannabis and or tobacco products that is more harmful to the human body and or more addicting. You know, if that type of activity was going on there, kudos. I have no problem, you know. I guess, you know, it needed to be shut down. But I have a feeling it was something else. Somehow somebody got in there, bought something that wasn't out front, whether it was some psilocybin or some native smokes. I do not know. Again, all speculation here. The government was butthurt and went in and shut them down. And in my opinion, that's just sad. Because even if it was a tax-exempt business that was running, any of the money the business made and or paid out to the employees that were working there had to be spent at some point in time on something the government would tax and end up collecting part of that money. So, you know, I'm not jiggy with it. It's sad and unfortunate, and I'll wait to hear future updates. Again, maybe it was something more illicit going on there, and that in that case, okay, yeah, you did your job. You went in there and stopped crack location. So, you know, okay, good. But aside from that, like if in the news it's, oh, they were selling some magic mushrooms, no, lame government, sorry. I agree with my other fellow citizens, men and women both, that a democracy is a good system, one of the better systems over all the other types of systems that you would have an option of, be it totalitarianism, communism, socialism. No, democracy is the better way to go. And if you want to know why I have that opinion, it's because of the recent decriminalization of cannabis. You know, for many years we were locking up people and tearing apart families over a plant. Now that we've decided to decriminalize it and somewhat at some level legalize it, we've started unlocking more benefits to the plants. There's CBD out there now. There's young children and older people that are no longer having seizures because of these things that we've discovered about the plant. So it's great that that's happened. And in this democracy, it happened. Was this not a democracy? It may have never happened. If we were living under a communist regime, that probably would never happen. So kudos that we're living in a democracy. Kudos we regulated and decriminalized cannabis, and we're unlocking the properties and the secrets, and we're now reaping the full benefits of the plant. That's great. But I want this on the record. I've said it before in some of my other clips. I'm going to say it now. I never agreed to lock up my fellow citizens over a plant. And I never felt that was a good use of government money and or, you know, anybody that sold a bag of herb back in the day when it was quote unquote illegal. I have no qualms with what they did. I know they had to spend that money they made in profit somewhere, and the government got their money out of them that way. So, you know, no, I never agreed to locking up any women or men in my country over marijuana sales, cannabis sales. And if that dispensary was shut down over a bag of native cigarettes or something, I don't agree with that either. They shouldn't have been shut down. The government shouldn't be trying to find out if even a government dispensary is selling native smokes. Who cares? Other than the government feeling butthurt that they're not collecting their tax off the cigarette sale. Like, honestly, we need to start standing up for our rights and pushing back against the government and saying, no, We want mom and pop pot shops out there. We want the little guy to be able to thrive in this new industry. We are not happy with only government run dispensaries. We, the people who are supposed to be feared by the government, need to start speaking up to the government and saying, no, I do not agree with what you're doing to our fellow citizens in this situation. You are causing more harm than good. You need to let these businesses operate freely and openly and reap whatever benefits and rewards they can by running that business and allowing them to spend that money and their rewards they get off that business freely amongst your government institutions. You will reap some of that reward from those businesses at some point in time if you just let them freely operate. Again, all that stuff being said, maybe that dispensary sold to a 16 or 17-year-old because they did an ID. So again, I'm not aware of why that dispensary was shut down. It could have been a valid reason, and if that was the case, okay, good on you guys. You went and you did your job. You know, cannabis and marijuana now being regulated and quote unquote somewhat legalized or decriminalized, I do not agree with anybody out there on the street selling it to an underage person and or in a dispensary selling it to an underage person. I'm talking government run dispensary or native run dispensary. No, you should be IDing your clientele. You shouldn't just be looking for that dollar. Oh, they look over 19. What do you want? Half ounce? Here you go. No, I don't agree with that. ID. Make sure they're an adult. So I hope you like this rant and this clip. Doing a little bit of side work right now, so I had a bit of free time and I promised more clips from the car, so this is a clip from the car. Thanks for tuning in, spending your time with us. You're all gangsters, gangsterettes, rock stars, lead singers, backup singers, guitarists, drummers, sound techs, pyrotechs, roadies, security guys and gals. We couldn't do all of this without any of you. So we really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Go get yourselves a set of bowling shoes and get out there on the alleys and knocking down them pins. It's a great year-round activity. You can enjoy with the whole family and friends. I'm getting my bowling shoes very soon. I'm going to be out there on the alleys. Maybe I'll run into one of you. We can share a few pints, tell a few jokes. Maybe you got a beautiful classic car I can go out and take a quick video of and post it on my channel. We're not here to destroy each other. The Creator wouldn't put us here for that. So there's that. You can't go wrong when you do the right thing. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll catch you all on the flip side. And yes, bless up. Welcome to the family if you're new. Cheers.